Oh, okay.
I don't
It
think we're
always feels
live.
like it's a little slow too, like even though it's live, like what we're doing and what YouTube is showing is always like a little different.
Yeah, there's a good flag there.
Yeah, I'm not seeing the live pop up yet, but if anybody
It
else
just
is.
sent us, said
Oh,
you are
yeah.
live.
Live. Perfect.
Thanks, guys.
Tell Madhu happy birthday.
Oh,
Yeah. Happy birthday to Madhu.
Happy birthday, Madhu.
All right, well, welcome to Bharatanatyam and Ballet. This is a 1-hour class where we typically do half an hour of ballet, half an hour of Bharatanatyam. It's a technique class. It's also a drop-in class. So all levels are encouraged and welcome to attend. If you come to Zoom, we can definitely, you can ask us your questions kind of in person. We can help you out. But if not, feel free to write your comments in the YouTube video below. And I think I've covered everything. So with that, we'll do introductions. I'm Anita. I'm one of the Bharatanatyam instructors, and I use the pronoun she, her.
I'm Anjali. I'm one of the other Bharatanatyam instructors, and I use the pronoun she and her as well.
Hi, I'm Shruti, and I'm also one of the Bharatanatyam instructor, and I also use the pronoun she, her.
I'm Kristen. I'm one of the ballet instructors, and I use she, her.
And I'm Jackie. I'm the other ballet instructor, and I use the pronoun she, her.
All right, so I think we're getting started with Bharatanatyam today. So yeah, if Anjali, are you?
I think you're the host, actually, Anita. So.
Oh, I am. I didn't realize that. Perfect.
Okay, so me.
I will pin you then. Spotlight for everyone. I think everybody should see it now.
Yep.
Should be good.
Perfect.
All right. So we'll go ahead and get started with Namaskaram. Everyone find a good spot. Last week, we actually broke this down a bit step by step for the first time in quite a while, probably a couple months or so. So you can just actually go back to just one video before this and kind of get a step-by-step breakdown of Namaskaram, which we do at the beginning and end of class. So we'll get started for today, and we'll kind of just do more of the follow along. So both hands in Katakamukaha, right, nice at chest level, a little away from the body. Dalangu taka dimi taka tadingina dom taka dimi taka janu 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 ta. Okay, we'll move on to Nade. We also probably did this at a little bit of a slower speed last week as well, and we'll probably do a similar speed today. But again, just always remember, since this is what we're doing first today, and we're starting with this dance form, really remember to start off with the posture well, keep those shoulders rolled back, really nice and straight. You know, the whole body is really engaged here. You know, we don't necessarily every week mention for simple things like nade, things like core, but that's definitely engaged here. It's definitely working just as hard. So with that, we'll get started, and remember a nice spring in your step. Dalangu taka dimi taka tadingena dom taka dimi taka janu taka dimi taka janu taka dimi taka janu taka dimi taka janu. Taka dimi taka janu taka dimi taka janu taka dimi taka janu taka dimi. All right, one more time. Another thing something to keep in mind. So I don't know if we've gone over this specifically. Your gaze or your eyes should really kind of gently and naturally follow the course of where you're walking. I sometimes glance at the screen just to make sure I'm still in frame for viewing purposes. But if you were doing this by yourself, your gaze should be forward and it should kind of follow you as you go. So it should just be natural, nothing too drastic, and you want to keep it nice and smooth. So, and also we want to make sure that we're not looking down. We want to keep a nice eye level glance. Try to avoid, for the most part, looking down. All right, I wanted to do a little bit slower for the second one as well, so that we could kind of practice the gaze and where the eyes look. So we'll go ahead and get started, I guess, with Pakkadava. So Anita, if you want to actually spotlight Shruti, I believe, and I can do the Sholukata. So for our review today, we'll be doing Pakkadava. We may have reviewed this a few weeks back, but in general, this was kind of, you know, what we were mainly learning in our curriculum, maybe in April or May. So very, very important Adavu. We'll be doing 1 and 2 today. So just to quickly go over what we went to, the Sholukata for this was ta, te, ta, de, ta, and just, sorry, one more time, Shruti, breaking down the steps. Sorry, just to give an idea of what Sholukata would be like. But again, here, hands are in Pataka. We're sitting in Aramandi. Nice in front of the, again, same position kind of that we had for Namaskaram. And we're going to go to the side with our right foot, and the hands come to the front. The right hand comes to the front. Our second step to the right comes to the side. When we come back, that left toe comes behind our right foot, and we look back and we come and we bring it back in Katakamuka. Same on the left side. We're going to step to the left, hand comes out. Again, left hand comes to the side, and we come back with the toe behind, and then we step again with that forward foot. Now our hands change, and as we're going to the right, our left hand is going to come forward, just gradually in 3 Padaka. Feet stay the same, 2 on the right, that left toe comes behind, just like Shruti is demonstrating, and then that right hand changes. So it's kind of this opposite hand, opposite leg type of movement that you're getting there. From that side, from then the left side starts. So just showing the left side quick. So 2 to the left, correct. Then the right hand comes in front. Then the right hand comes out to the front, and the left hand in 3 Pataka switches with the right. So we'll do that fully in a little bit of a slower speed, and we might take a break and try to speed that up a bit, and then we will review the second. So starting there, and for anyone sitting, just giving them a moment. All right. Dalangu takadimi takata dinginatom ta. Te, ta, de, te, ta, te, ta, de, te, ta. Left side. Ta, te, ta, de, ta. Opposite hand, opposite leg. Ta, ta, de, ta. All right, good job. That looks good. Just wanted to do a slower speed if this is your first time joining us, just to try a little bit of a slower speed. If you have done this before, we'll do it one more time now, a little bit faster. If this is your first time doing this at home, feel free to watch, and you can always replay and go back and try it. This will just be a little bit faster. Okay, now in 3. Dalangu takadimi takata dinginatom ta. they, da, de, they, da, they, da, de, they, left, da, they, da, de, they, da, they, da, de, they, da. Okay, really good job. What I'm seeing that looks really nice for those on Zoom right now is Adamandi. Just, you know, always more can be done. Always remember that. But even just that good foundation, I feel like everybody is at least keeping and maintaining the level that they're sitting in. You know, I'm not seeing a lot of bouncing up and down. Adamandi is one of those things that over time you can practice to sit more and more, but also consistency is important. So if those muscles aren't as strong and you're still getting there, I think personally what's more important than kind of bouncing up and down and sitting and standing is to maintain a nice medium and figuring out what that is for yourself, and then just aiming to sit lower over time is, you know, a better bet in my opinion. So we'll move on to the second one. So the second one is going to be with our feet, we are essentially doing the same thing. Our hands are now in Kataka Mukha. And this is kind of where we kind of arch our hands out to the side into Alapadma. So that first one shoots up and gradually goes to the side. Then we come back to center. And again, same feet. And now we come out to the side and back to the center. Here's where it's a little bit different. We're going to start with putting our right hand and right leg, just like we did right hand, but we're just turning our body would that be 90 degrees to our left? So our right hand and right leg comes forward, and then we come back. And just again, if this is your first time doing this, really try to solidify the angles and the movements and the directions. Same on the left side, left hand and left foot comes forward. And if you've done this before, keep on pushing to incorporate however Shruti is looking right now. Again, if this is your first time, omit that portion. But if you've done this before, really pay attention to the direction that you're looking and incorporating those small details now. So same, you're going to go to the left side, up, and then to the side. Again, feet do the same as the first for this portion. Same to the left and back. Now your left hand and left shoulder are going to come forward. And Shruti is nicely looking towards her hand and bringing it back, and then her right hand and right leg are going to come forward, and it comes back. Again, that pivoting from side to side is a bit difficult if you haven't done this before. So again, don't confuse yourself with any of the extra movements. Really try to solidify what direction you're going, and kind of, again, the two major hastas in this one, and hastas are our hands, are Kataka Mukha, which is the first one she's showing, and Alapadma, which is the second one she's showing. So those are kind of our two key components, hand gesture wise, for this step. All right, we're gonna try that in a slower speed. Again, if directionally it's confusing, just take a break, watch Shruti for a minute, and we'll do it again a second time. All right. Dalang taka dimitaka ta dingina tom ta. Te, ta, de, te, da, te, da, de, te, da. Right hand, right leg, da, te, da, back, de, da, left, da, te, da, de, da, left, da, te, da, de, da, te, da, de, da, te, da, de, da, te, da, de, they, da. Sorry, I thought we were done one verse early. My count in my head was off. I apologize. Thank you for continuing. It should be. All right, so we're going to do that actually one more time. It is 7:17, but we're going to do it at a faster speed, so it really will only take about a minute, and then we'll move on. Again, this is going to be more, let's say, a challenge speed. This is where the directions get confusing. While doing this, and this is kind of going to be just more, again, to some who've been doing this for a while, it may not seem like a challenge speed, but if this is your first time doing it, it should seem more of like a challenge. Really remember to maintain Aramundi. The minute it gets a little bit faster, and especially because we're pivoting side to side, it's really easy to just stand up and kind of swivel and start turning the body. So really try to keep sitting and still, even when the toe comes behind, nicely placing the toe and that foot still comes up and still picking and placing the feet. All things to remember even when it gets faster. Let's try that one more time. I cannot guarantee how fast or how slow it will be. We will see. It should be a little bit faster is the goal. Dalang takadimi takata tingin tom ta te ta de te ta te ta de te ta front ta te ta de te ta te ta de te left da da de sit down da da de da front da da de da other side da da de da. All right, good job. Okay, so that did sound a little bit faster in my head. I did this step because Bakarava, it's long. It's very the beats are so kind of like this, so it's so similar. It kind of feels like boot camp. This Aravu has that effect because it's so, right, left. It has that momentum. But if you're able to do that at home, while keeping all of your other factors in form and posture, really, really good job. And if it felt like a little bit too much, I just maybe advise to come back to this another week and try it at that speed. Once you kind of start getting the hang of it, these can be, a lot of fun to do in faster speeds as well when we can maintain the form. All right, so with that, I think we're going to move back to I think we're just going to start back at 1. All right, so I think Anita, I think you'll be doing Sholukata then?
Yes, I can do Sholukata. So just to review, I know that we've broken it down further in previous videos, so for the interest of time, maybe going to go through this a little quickly. But remember, the Sholukata for this is Tei Ha, Tei Hi. And so when we're kind of looking at our feet specifically, remember that the Tei is kind of the jumping or the up, and then Hi is kind of Tei Ha, and then Tei Hi again, going down. Anjali, can you back up a little bit or change your camera just to see your...
my feet are off a little
bit. That's perfect. Yeah. Cool. Great. Yep. And then for this one, remember our hands when we're going, we're going to do a quick review. So you're going to look to your right and do Tei Ha, Tei Hi, close Kataka. Then go to the center, cross and Avahita, Tei Ha, and then Tei Hi, bring your hands back out to the side. And then your left side, you're going to look to your left, Tei Ha, Tei Hi, look to the front, Tei Ha, look down and Avahita, and then Tei Hi, bring it back out and Kataka. Perfect. So we're going to do that. I think we're going to do it kind of slow and then do it fast, or not fast, but like a medium speed. So just get ready to prep. All right. Dalang gutakade gutakata dingin tom Tei Ha, Tei Hi, Tei Ha, Tei Hi, Tei Ha, Tei Hi, they, ha, they, he. That looked really good. I mean, it looked really good for those on the call. So we're just going to increase the speed a little bit and probably do 2 on each side now. So, all right, giving a minute. Dalangu takademe dingine to they ha they he they ha they he they ha they he they ha. One more time. They ha they he they ha they he they ha they he they ha they he. That looks really good, guys. Yay.
I'm glad you can't see my feet because I'm not jumping.
It's good. It's fine, Kristen.
They don't ever leave the ground.
It's a good low impact modification.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, I will spotlight myself then to do the second one.
Shruti, did you want to do shoulder? Do you want me to do shoulder?
I'm okay with either. You can just.
Okay, I can explain it. Maybe you can do the shoulder.
Okay.
So, I was like, where is Anita? Okay. So the hands for the sun, this is kind of the second one, really focuses on that rotation of the torso. So hands are, again, in Kataka Mukha for our starting. This is kind of similar to actually Pakarava, the second. We also did this combination of hands of Kataka Mukha and Alapadma together. So today we're seeing that kind of in a different Adavu completely. We're seeing the two of those combined. So here, our right hand extends behind us first, goes to Alapadma in the back. Again, you don't want to, it's really more of a torso movement than your shoulder feeling like it's out of place. So Anita is nicely kind of twisting her torso and coming back, and that range of motion is really nice. And again, really judge that for yourself. And then same thing, she's gonna go back on the left side, is gonna come back and back on the left side again, and is going to come back. As you can see, a couple of nice things about her posture, since we're really breaking this down, is her elbows are nicely lifted. It's kind of one line, but her shoulders are down. And then also when she looks back, we don't see any, we don't see her head dropping. It kind of just stays level and just a nice natural look back. So just staying on that same plane. And again, it's kind of like looking at the hand. It's actually very similar to even Pakarava, the second one, how we follow our hand and then our chin kind of just stays up like we saw Shruti do. It's very similar to that looking as well. The feet are doing the exact same thing for te ha, te hi. We're coming on our toes down. And here, the combination of the hands and feet together, it's going to be te ha. You do toes and down to go all the way back, and then you have also 2 beats to come back to Kataka Mukha. Te hi, you bring it back. Same thing again, let's just try that one more time. Te ha, to go back. Te hi, to bring the hand back. Same on the left side. Te ha, to bring the arm back. Te hi, to bring the arm to the front. And one more time. Te ha, and te hi. Okay, very, very nice. So everything, I guess, Armandi feet, we want to keep all of that the same, again, for the most part, whether you're dancing on carpet, floor, again, just adjust to what personally works for you, but just keeping in mind what the form should be. And I think that's it. I think we can go ahead and get started and try. We have a couple minutes left for this portion of class. So I want to just try it twice. We might not necessarily increase the speed, but it's just more so we can get 2 iterations in and we can feel what that is like. So, dalangu takadimi takata dinginatom te ha te hi te ha te hi te ha te hi te ha te hi. Oh, sorry. I was just going to kind of like the first one we did, just doing one on each side first. So we'll go a little bit faster this next time and kind of like we did for the first one. We'll just do two sets on each side. For everybody on video, I think no comments or suggestions. Everything looks good. One thing kind of that I said during Nade that I'm remembering here is the core. Because we're turning the torso, really remember to keep that core nice and intact. You should really be, all of the muscles here are working together. The minute we were kind of flimsy, it's also easy, and Anita, if you want to demonstrate this, it's also easy to like slightly slouch here when we're turning our torso. Yeah, and it's kind of, if you turn to the side, Anita, yeah, it's really easy to actually this is kind of, if you have a day job, especially, we're used to sometimes at our desk slouching, and that can come back here, especially when we're turning the torso that way. It's really important to keep the torso nice and straight and the back nice and straight, and then get that turn in. So for me, this step can be actually like a really nice stretch too. So, all right, let's try that one more time and we'll kind of double what we just did. So, dalangu taka dimi taka da dinginatom te ha te hi te ha te hi te ha te hi te ha te hi. Again, te ha te hi te ha te hi te ha te hi te ha te hi. Okay, good job. You guys should be really feeling that in the legs. Kuricha Metodavu is definitely one with the little hops that can feel like a lot on the muscles. So definitely stretch. And again, we're not even done dancing yet. We still have another half an hour to go. So it's really nice because your legs should be feeling nice and warm now. All right, I think that is it. We're almost at 7:30. So Anita and Shruti, any other extra comments from you guys, additional comments, or we can move to Namaskaram?
No, nothing for me.
Yeah, nothing for me too.
Mm-hmm. And then Anita, do you want to re-spotlight? So we'll do Namaskaram again. In 3. Dalangu taka dimi taka tadingi natom taka dimi taka janu 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 tam. Okay, any questions before we move on? Good segment of Bharatanatyam today. Okay, I think we're ready to move to ballet.
So I'm wondering if it's okay if we just go straight into our new step, just because straight into frappes and petit pas, because I feel like we're pretty warm. Is that okay with you?
And for timing, then we can get to them.
Yep. So I'll just quickly review frappes and then I'll teach petit pas. Typically you do them together and it will make sense in a little bit. And then I'll have, Kristen has like a really great board that just kind of gives you a visual of what the words look like. So we can like kind of, for those of us who are visual, that's always helpful to see too. So we had done this a few weeks ago. We had kind of taken a break from it. So just sort of to review, frappe means to strike. And so there's kind of two ways to do frappe, and we practice both ways because they're both really helpful, and Kristen and I have done both ways. So the first way you do a frappe, or one of the ways, and we'll do this first in the combination, is you start with your foot in that sur la coup de pied position, which is at the edge of the foot. And so your foot's going to be flexed and it's going to be slightly above your ankle bone. And then you dig the foot into the ground and you brush it out into kind of like a dégagé, or that battement du jeté position. So it's like 45 degrees above the floor. So you're doing brush, dig, brush, and you can do it to the back, dig, brush. So that's the first way, and we've learned this a few weeks ago. The second way is where you're starting with your foot in that sur la coup de pied wrap. So the heel is in front of your ankle bone, your toes are behind your ankle bone. And then you're just kicking that leg out. You're striking it out. Front, side, and when you go to the back, you go to sur la coup de pied derrière, so your toes touching right above your ankle bone, back, side. So those are the two types of frappes. Now,
the difference, oh, sorry, I was just gonna say, is the difference in the first one is that you're just striking and the second one you aren't, or is the sur la coup de pied position different in both?
so the first one, you're in that flex sur la coup de pied. Yep,
Okay.
and the second one, you're in a wrap sur la coup de pied.
So, got it.
That kind of helps you get that dig before you strike it out.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, good question.
Kind of like focus on different things.
Yeah.
Second guessing something. So I know when we did fondues, the sur la coup de pied derrière position, we just touched the toe to the ankle. I think we might have brought the whole ankle in when our supporting leg was straight though.
You mean like this?
Yeah.
Versus this?
I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't make any like changes to what I remember this into my pregnancy. But
I think as long as probably there's different styles and different preferences even within the Vaganova lesson, just the way it's expanded throughout all of the US. So I think it doesn't matter if it's, even with all of your frappes, if it's wrapped or even if it's in the regular, to me, because I've seen it different ways there too. To me, what's most important is your foot pointed? Is are you working on trying to wing that foot out more and more? Like those to me are more important than the exact placement on your leg.
Yeah, yeah. It's almost like I want to show like as much respect to my instructor as possible. So I'm like, oh goodness, like what was it?
Yeah.
What was it that he explained?
Yeah. So I would just say whatever feels most comfortable to you in your body right now, whether it's as you're going to the back, if it's your toe right above, or if it's a full crossover, which you sometimes see me do. I tend to rest here. So both I think are okay for right now, and we can kind of look at that later.
Sounds
so
good.
Those are the two frappes. Now, where this kind of, why the new step Petit Battement tends to fall in with this combination, you typically put them together, is we are not going to do these, but when you get more advanced, you can do double frappes, triple frappes, where you're doing these sort of beats before you're kicking it out. And then you can get like really fancy with it and you're going in different directions and it becomes a mind twister. So what a petit battement is though, and this is where it's going to kind of make sense. We've learned grand battements, which is where you're kicking your leg up really high. This is a petit battement, which you would think is a smaller version of that, but it looks nothing like it. So go figure. But this to me actually makes more sense with what the word means. So battement means to beat, and petit, I think we all are aware, means little or small. So what you're going to do is your foot is going to start in sur la coup de pied in the front, and then it just goes from the front to the back, and that's a petit battement. So it goes front, back, front, back, and as you get much more advanced, it's going really fast. We will do it much slower than this, but that's what it looks like.
And I don't know if this was because of the level that we were at, but we always did rat back, rat back, rat back.
Oh, I think that's harder.
Yeah, I remember my teacher like wrap back, wrap back, wrap back.
Do you want to do wrap back or would you
I don't know.
prefer?
Again, like, I don't know if that's because we were only like second year ballet students and if that was maybe like the way to train before we were like ready for something more. But that's all we ever did. And I even was like going through my old notes and I wrote in there only wrap back, wrap back.
So what would
And then,
you?
oh, actually, I was doing some research online today too, like watching videos of these steps in like the Vaganova method. And then some of the videos, you know, were like, here is it in the Shigetti method too. But they did the wrap as well.
Okay, well then let's do the wrap. So instead of going from the front to the back, we'll start. Let me get closer on my seat so we can all see. So, and this will tie in easier with Kristen's frappes as well. So you're going to start with that foot in that sur la coup de pied wrap. Let me take my sock off so you can see a difference between my leggings and my. So you're going to start in that wrap, and then you're going to go to the sur la coup de pied derrière. Is this where then you're?
This is where I was like, okay, yeah, I think we touched the ankle. Like, you're not really moving much if you only touch the toe.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll go start with the wrap, and then you're kind of going to have, I feel like your heel is sort of touching the back of your calf on the left side. So you're going to move from a wrap to the back, wrap to the back, wrap to the back. And the trick with this is it's kind of like when we did rond de jambes en l'air and we did that movement. You don't want this part of your leg moving. As you start getting faster, it's easy to kind of like do this. You don't want to do that. So you really want it to stay as straight as possible.
And that wrap, I think it's nice to practice that wrap position too, because it really helps kind of like make sure the foot is winging out as opposed to sickling. Because you can't get your heel in front and your toe behind.
Yep, if
you're sickling. So
I think
what a sickle is, right?
Yeah, we went over that again last week. So I think for combination wise, what we'll do is we'll do the flex version of frappes first. We'll do dig, strike, 3, 4, and then we'll do 2 faster ones. 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll do that on quad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to the back, to the side. Then we'll do the same thing with just the wrapped version. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to the back, to the side. And then we'll just do the petit pas main. So we'll do wrap, 2, back, 2, wrap, 2, back, 2, wrap, back, wrap, back, wrap, back, wrap, close.
And when we do the battement frappe, my version, should we bring into that wrapped position until the final one where we go to derrière? Or should we switch between derrière and wrapped, do you think? Which makes more sense? I honestly can't remember what we used to do. But I know we would end up in derrière before moving to the back because you can't otherwise.
You mean, I was doing wraps for front and side, and then to the back I was doing derrière.
Right. And when you finish with the side before you go to the back, how do you get to derrière?
Maybe on the lap.
You just know that it's coming and move it to the back.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. That sounds good.
Okay. Any questions before we do this?
Yeah, this is probably like a super basic or silly question, but like I guess I don't remember how to get your ankle out sort of for the wrapped position. I'm having difficulty with that.
Do you want to show us?
Mm-hmm. Can you show us it?
Yeah, let me try to, sorry. Like, can you see my feet?
Yep.
I feel like I'm trying to kind of put it in the front. Is that it? Or I don't know, it just doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
good.
Okay.
It looks really good.
I just feel like if I like show it the side, like now I'm having difficulty. Like, is that because I feel like yours actually kind of curves a little bit more, or like wraps, whereas I don't know.
And that's after years of training. Your foot just might not
Okay.
do it yet, which is totally fine.
Okay. Got
Yeah,
it. I
just
just
know that
wanted to
that's what
check.
you're shooting for. I think you can raise it up a little bit more on your leg.
Oh, okay.
Would you agree, Jackie? Kind of like, so
okay.
it's wrapped right around sort of like the bottom of that like bulgy calf muscle.
Oh, okay. That makes a little more sense. That feels a little bit easier too for me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah, I think something to really keep in mind for everyone watching is, first of all, I have been doing ballet. I mean, I haven't been doing ballet more recently, but I did ballet for, 15 years straight. And then on top of that, certain people just happen to have more flexible feet than others. And I am someone who does have, I don't have crazy flexible feet. There are some people with some really flexible feet, but I would say mine are probably on the more flexible side than the average person. So I just like everyone to know that everyone's feet are different and they give you different strengths in ballet. So, don't feel like you're doing it wrong if it doesn't look exactly like my feet. And I want that to be just clear to everyone that it still is okay, and the way your foot is shaped is going to give you different strengths in ballet than what I have. So
yeah.
And
ballet is kind of always just this like weird push to like perfection. Like that's kind of like what the form is about. It's about like getting this like heavenly ideal of beauty. And so it is kind of weird, and it does kind of leave you, at least me, sort of wondering like how do ballet dancers keep like a positive body image when we're like constantly trying to get to this like heavenly idea of like what our bodies are supposed to do that like pushes the limits of I don't know, is that too dramatic?
No, I think it's something that I think is really interesting about ballet dancers, because I think most of us tend to be perfectionists, which is hilarious because there is no perfection in ballet. Like you can always do another pirouette. You can always point your toe a little harder. You can always rotate your leg a little bit more. You can always get a little bit, your leg a little higher, things like that. And I think it's similar in Bharatanatyam. Like you can always sit that Armandi a little lower. You can, you know what I mean? So I think that's a similarity between the two styles, is even if we're doing the most basic ballet bar, even the most advanced dancer could come and do our class and they can still work on their technique and still work on improving it. So anyway, that was a fun tangent. Okay, so let me just quick recap the exercise. So we'll do 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll do that on claw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to the back. 7, 8 side, and then we'll do wrap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. I'm going to just tilt my camera because I think you couldn't really see my feet. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, allonge. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wrap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bring it in. Back. 2, wrap. 2, back. 2, wrap. 2, back. Wrap, back, wrap, back, wrap, back. Close. Plie, sous, soutenu, plie, and close. Are we ready to do the other side, or do we have any questions, comments?
When we do the left side, can we do it a little slower? Is this like weird if you count it slower? Is this like a weird one if you count it slower?
No.
No.
My foot's like not changing fast enough. My foot's just all over the place.
No, we can definitely do it slower.
I feel like it's gonna be more excruciating slower, but also maybe at least I'll get the foot movement.
So this is a one that these are this is what preps you to do really fast movements in the center that are off like petit allegro, which are like little jumps and things like that. This is the preps for that. So typically it's done really quickly, but it's really important that we get that foot alignment and everything correct first. So doing it slower is totally okay, because we want to make sure that you get those basics and stuff before we start trying to speed it up. You know what I mean? So that's a really good request and good feedback for me too, and Kristen.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I definitely thought I had it, and then it started. Wait, what?
Well, and it's like a weird movement, and we haven't done. It's weird for our bodies, so
Yeah.
we have to figure it out first. It was like doing this the first time.
Exactly. Yeah. Usually you don't do it what we've been counting as first, like they, he. Even in dances, nobody ever does it that speed. Anybody can. I'm sure both you guys can kind of. Yeah, agree or disagree here, but yeah, that slower speed's never really used, but it's so essential to, I guess, learn how to do it.
Yeah.
Good comparison.
And you both looked really good too. I was watching and I thought it looked really nice, but we can definitely do it slower. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. All right, let's do the left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, allongé, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wrap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wrap. 1, 2, back. 3, 4, wrap. 5, 6, back. 7, 8. Faster. Wrap. Back. Wrap. Back. Wrap. Back. Wrap. Close. Plie, sous, soutenu, plie, and close.
Ooh, how'd that feel? A little slower.
Yeah, that was good.
Good. So we have Kristen, do you want to share your board with the words?
Oh yeah.
Can we spotlight Kristen?
Yeah, so this is just to kind of get an idea of what these words that we're saying look like, and know that I've never like formally learned French. So when I say battement frappe, I'm sure the accent isn't right. So that's the one that we did first, where the leg is going out and in, and then petit battement sur le coup de pied is what we did at the end when we were going from like the rat back. And battement is in a lot of these dance terms. Again, it means to beat. Yeah. So there's that, if that's helpful.
Okay.
I like it.
Okay. Do we have like 8 minutes left? Do we want to do quickly do develope and envelope? What we did last week?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Angela looks excited.
Okay. Okay. So quick review. Develope means it's spelled like develop, but with like an extra P in there. It means like to build or to develop. So I think of it like you're developing your leg extension. So you're going to start in that sur la coup de pied. You bring your leg up to your retiré, and then you're bringing it out to your extension as high as it goes, keeping your hips in a line, bringing it down to a tendu and close. You can do this devant, a la seconde, and in an arabesque derriere. And remember, with that arabesque, your back does come forward a little bit to allow for your leg to lift. But for the others, everything else should be the same. Then envelope means to like enclose. So it's basically the opposite of a develope. So you're starting by brushing that leg out. You're bringing it into your retiré, and then bringing it, sliding it down the leg and closing. And you can do that front, side, back. That one we like to really think about kind of similar to when we did fondue several weeks ago, where you're bringing that knee back. So as you're bringing it in, you're bringing that knee back to rotate. Mm-hmm. So we'll just do preparation 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll do 1, 2. You can do full. I'm gonna have my arm just follow my leg. It will 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll go 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we'll do an envelope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm doing some wonky things with my arms, so just let your arms do what they want if they want to show in a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're just going to do a develope and then an envelope. 8 counts for each encroix. Okay, I'll try to count a little faster with this one so our legs don't die. 1, 2.
Do you have a question?
Oh, go.
Before we go? No.
Oh, no, sorry. My computer was trying to update, so I was trying to exit out.
Oh, it sounds good. Sorry, just checking.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Allongé and close. Okay, other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Allongé and close. Whew. I am tired. So we're right at 8 o'clock. So we can do reverence. Are there any final questions before we do that?
That one felt a little bit better this week.
Oh, good.
Good.
Okay. All right, so everyone, let's start in B plus. So your right leg's behind. And we will step across and curtsy, across, curtsy. Then we'll do bows across, bow, across, bow. We clap.
I was watching it in gallery view and our curtsies looked really nice all together. We were like very synced up.
Yay.
That was awesome.
Anything
super
else
fun.
before we close?
What was that?
Anything else before we close?
Any announcements?
Well, tomorrow is the SAATH class. It's in person. I think I'm going to assume all the tickets are already sold out for the in-person, but you can still watch live on YouTube tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you're watching on YouTube right now, it's right where you are right now. So, yeah.
Buy our merch and donate.
You always look
Jackie's
so
showing you.
good in the merchandise, Jackie.
I save the shirts for Wednesday.
I like that color.
Yeah, it looks really good.
I
Yeah.
feel like the trim of my collar is the same color as Jackie's shirt.
Yes.
Yeah, there's lots of colors though, that for like each shirt or even like the leggings and stuff. You can either get it with a black SAATH or a white SAATH, and then the background colors are different depending on if you get a black or a white. So kind of fun to play around with the different colors that are available and the styles.
I think I even saw that they have onesies. Maybe I'll have to get a onesie.
Yeah.
I'll wait and see how big my baby is. I don't want to get a newborn and have her be a newborn for like 3 days.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you everyone for joining, and we'll see you
Yes.
next week.
Thank you. See you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.